Hi, folks, friends, curiosity seekers, obeyers of the law not, or will you no longer obey the law of you to be in classical physics mode? Are you changing the mode of what you wear, the thoughts of? Are you willing to be a new person? Do new things with new people? Are you willing to be alive in new ways? I mean, very new ways. Will you be in a new world? Are you willing to create it around you, in you? Are you seeing you're no more the breath incarcerated in you to be a believer of such and such as was? Will you no more be as was programmed by to be a religious sinner saved by grace? I have changed the membership of this channel to where anybody can be a member if you want to be not. But if you're a member, close the curtain not, but begin to open out and see there is no veil that consumes you in the lust of your own flesh to do what you want, taking it to death, living by other people's words, changing your future, your present, your now. Are you willing to do new things, a new beginning in where you create the Creator who is you? To create the new beginning that's you. Will you begin now? Are you willing to see this allegory as it pertains to you and not be afraid to interpret it very differently than you might have in the past? For this is not about somebody else. This is about the revelation of you to be here and now and here in this channel, hearing me inside of you, where the membership chooses to be no other. Will you be me? Supporting me or supporting no other network? Or will you change what you give to? Your time? Your life? Your word? Are you willing to change everything, oh my friend, and not be the tooled die set of other? Are you no more trying to just fit in where it hurts, or are you hurt no more trying to fit into other people's lives, their justice system, their values, their church, their interpretation of this? I spent many hours, hundreds of hours, maybe thousands of hours in this book that I called a Bible, because I thought it was the Word of God for much of my life. And I was devoted to God at that time, to worship, to live for God, to seek a higher better life. I wanted truth. I didn't know what it was to be me. I didn't even know to ask or seek the right person, the right frame of reference, or that I was creating it, because I wasn't taught I was a creator. I was taught I was a follower of Jesus if I was going to be good and get into the land called heaven. But I'm asking you to understand the land of heaven, the land I will show you as you go, is inside of you, if you're willing to make a trip. Are you willing to come inside of you and see a new life for you? Are you willing to be? Are you willing to begin? Will you begin with you, where you see how to change your words and what your words are doing to you and each other? Will you begin to see the allegory prevails not, or will you see you in every story of the Bible and come out now of that book of study, studiers of? Will you create your own Bible of breath not, or the word clinging to no other? Will you see this is about the new beginning? Hi, Igor. Hi, everybody. This channel is about the new beginning. The new beginning of the new birth, not translated by others, not paragraphed by others. No more limiting you, but you becoming you to be it in your shoes, doing all the things Jesus did and more. You see, the message of Jesus has been preached and preached and preached and taught to follow and be a follower of the book, follower of the man, follower of the power, the grace, the mercy, the message. But I suggest to you, that's the wrong message. I love you too, Igor. Thank you. You see, we are not meant to be followers of a Christ, a male, man of. Meant, whose meaning? Who's interpreting who to you for what purpose, what cause, and what is the effect? Are you just sitting in a pew waiting on Jesus to come? Trying to be good in the eyes of those who rule you with their thoughts, their interpretations of their scriptures, the way they interpret things, the way they interpret reality? Will you no more think reality is this all around you? There's a reality inside of you that begs to be different, not, but just to be the real you. A yearning in your soul, not, but a classroom, the classroom of creation. Will you create the classroom of creation within you as you learn how to be about the cosmic classroom? Are you in it? Are you a member? Are you no longer required to have money to be a member of this channel? Or are you willing to see the changes taking place all around you now? Will you see the new beginning and be it unto you, not as faith wants to suggest, nor by the people who preach faith is the way to please God. But my friend, you are the face of creation, creating the Creator again. This is where we are. We've been here before. Cyclic Israel, or do you know anything about the metaphor, the allegory? I've held this up before. I told you. I related many instances about what I've learned, what I've experienced. And I've taught well, or do you think so or not? You're hearing me at this moment, but is your heart, your mind, your consciousness, your creative ability surrendered to you to be the creator? Where you begin to see this book, the Bible, is all about you, was all the time. It's not about someone else. But those who want to interpret it, those who want to preach those words as the living word, will die in hell not. Or are they here in hell not knowing it? Or are you no longer held here in the breath, the way that other people's words have programmed you to live your life according to theirs? Are you no longer worshiping your free will? Or are you doing something about it? Will you be the real you now in your channel, channeling joy, life, and peace forevermore? Will you come to understand the story that I mentioned yesterday, the feeding of the 5,000, 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread? How did that work? I gave you some ideas yesterday, but the story is about you. To see you, the power of you, your capability, your potential, your scientific award system not, or are you but engineering faith no more, but the technology of true real? I value my words, what I teach, what I speak, for this is how I learn. I'm led in these words, by these words, that I see me in now the stories of, no longer thinking. They're about other. Nineveh, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. How many times have you been in the lion's den? Or people trying to put you in their fiery furnace, treat you miserably, cut off your support or cut off theirs? Or are you changing what you support the system of? The angels coming back into being the angels. In your classroom, will you be of a class that breaks physics now, the physical universe? Will you do the things that Jesus did? Will you pass around the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, or break them in little pieces? Or are you handing them to people that are handing them to people that are handing them to people, and each time they hand it to somebody else, it begins to multiply? You mean it's like the cruse of oil, the widow of Zarephath? She cooked the last bit of meal, cornbread. I like cornbread. She cooked the last bit of bread, and then she was willing to die. But the next day there was more meal. Multiplication. Creation. Creation happening at the level of the common person, not trying to do a miracle, but just living the common life. Maybe you're not dependent on your bread supply anymore in your grocery store. Have you ever wondered how these things work? What things? The miracles, the parables, what they're about. Why they're there? Just to admire someone else? No, ma'am. No, sir. Not at all. But to see your power. The revealed majesty of the I Am is you being it, the common you, in the majesty of one who knows who you are, no longer clinging to a figurehead, a Bible character, even Jesus or Almighty God. You see, that's the story. That's the party line. But I'm not a part of that party anymore. I'm Love in Two Shoes Cottingham. What's your name? I learn as I come. Or do I come as I learn? Or am I opening the door to evil no more to be the influence of? I'm learning who I am first. And I became me. I'm becoming me in the words, you see, that I give me life of. I channel my own life now to be not separate from the Creator who was me all the time. I just didn't know it. I'm not limited to this world anymore. I break the physics of your physical understanding. So most often, I record my teaching like this, as I teach surrenderedly, because I channel. I don't know what I'm going to say next, but I'm not winging it like I used to, like so many people do, failing to prepare and just winging it to preach a sermon, preach somebody else's words, preach out of their intellect and understanding, to be safe, predictable. So you know, and I mentioned many times, I record these words, and of course this live stream is available to you on YouTube for you to view multiple times, record, transcribe, listen to, glean from. And I record, and I subscribe to a transcription service online, and it gives me back an imperfect transcript, but perfect enough for me to get the message and see, know, understand, and check, verify, inquire of the real recording. When I think something is amiss. Yesterday, the teaching was entitled, Never Alone Again in Your Garden. You know, over the last few weeks, I don't know how many times in the last month or two, when I've gone over the transcript of what I taught the previous day, I thought it was the most valuable one I ever had the understanding of, that I'd ever spoken. And now having the words to assimilate, no longer adjusting to the interpretation of somebody that wore a robe or said they had authority because they were one of the fivefold ministry, or that they were ordained and had a seminary degree, so that they indicted me not. They just cut me off from my own authority imposing theirs upon my will. I just want to understand. I want to be me. But when I began asking the questions, the hard questions, to really uncomplexify so many things that were ambiguous to me in this book, wow, when I began asking the hard questions to the people in authority, I got a lot of dirty looks, and many comments were not very gracious. They weren't loving, they weren't kind. They tore my wings off. Or are people tearing your wings off no more? Of your words, will you fly? Will you let your words fly? Will you no longer lock them away in your heart, your mind, your consciousness? The Holy of Holies. What's in the Holy of Holies? The Word, the living Word. And it's not upon a scroll. It's upon the living life of who will be it, who will choose this day to no longer serve a God, to no longer serve a myth, a fable, a concept, a story. Will you no more give your life to stories, or will you begin to see every story in this book is about you? The revelation of the King is about you. The revelation revealed is about you. The book of Revelation, will you revealed be now to you in your cosmic classroom? And support it too? You choose. But I've removed money from that equation. So no matter what your budget looks like, you can do as you want. You can do as you choose. I love you anyway. I love you still. I love you if you disagree with me. I love you if you hate me. But you will not tear down my people. For my people are oath makers, not my people. Begin to see the book is about them. They begin to hear the stories in a different way. You enter the membership of this channel because you want to, or because your heart changes and you begin to feel the tenderness of the tongue that doesn't lash out and thrash you with a rebuttal that you're nothing but flesh going to die. I ask you to let freedom be free in you and love each other, beginning with you first. In your mirror, to love you. And let your words love you and begin to love you in ways you've never imagined. That you begin to let come forth the presence of the living God that's no more separate from you, but that you are it, the Word, the energy of. And you begin to see how you convert energy, no more to a conversion other. I'm not your salvation message about. There's no hell or heaven here. Or is heaven inside of you? The kingdom of God, the kingdom of creation, the Garden of Eden. You decide. You choose. And you choose what you will record on this day. The genetics of, the epigenetics. Will you learn how to learn from another dimension? A different world. No longer clinging to this one. but operating it sometime just like you used to, but no longer powerless. Because there is a paradigm of leadership coming forth where the guiding influence is power, not, but led directly by faith, not, but your own hand. No other guiding you. Will you see your words come forth now and value them and sing the praises of no other? Will you believe your words? Will you question them? Will you talk with them? Will you talk with the maker? And if you will talk with the maker of your words, are you talking with you, not another force, another source of? Will you begin to see that you don't exist here in flesh? Or is your mind just made up that you're you? And your mind causes something to happen in your electromechanical impulses, or changing your engineering societies. Are you interacting with the intangibles now? Will there be no veil between the teacher and you? The teacher that some called the Holy Spirit. The Spirit, the intangible. The amorphous, incorporeal. The teacher inside of you, in your consciousness. Will you be conscious of a new consciousness, the new beginning of now? If you have studied my words, I so often mention aspects of study for you to be transferred not to another teacher, but for you to enter the transformation of you, the process of learning how it's done, not, but how you come into the user interface of another no more. Will you let no others give you their words, that you enter, that you become the face of what they believe? I'm asking you to value your word and let it come forth, and let it teach you the teacher is you, and be one with the consciousness of I am saved from folly, sin, and righteousness, hell and heaven too, that was posed to me as a Jekyll-Hyde theory. The new beginning. See, this is not trivial, the new beginning. Was my teaching yesterday about the new beginning? Well, that phrase, the new beginning, was mentioned how many times? 6. See, when you begin to study these words, to learn to begin to study your words, and to learn the value of how to interpret all of these stories and interpret who you are in your mirror, you begin to value words in a different way, especially the ones that come through your mouth. And you begin to evaluate, and you have a system of discernment, evaluation, where you're no more afraid of the adventure of learning who you are. You see, there's so much more to the story. On the bottom of page 1, I'm reading a sentence from the transcript of yesterday's teaching. One sentence here. Will you become the questioner, not on trial, but the questioner who colludes no longer to have the answers in advance that someone else has given you to conclude with? I can't make this stuff up. So often we want to inquire, we want to ask. But somebody else has already explained something, a Bible verse, a Bible story, some part of science, the cosmos. So your conclusion is already based on those words. Don't fabricate a lie within you to believe your own lie. This is where surrender comes in, where humility operates, where leadership no more takes the back seat in you, of you, to understand the knowledge, the wisdom, the application. And I spoke yesterday about going to a land. The land I will show you as you go. See, if you're not willing to speak, how can you go inside? If you just want to meditate and be introspective, this won't work for you because you won't learn to work it. You're putting your hand to the plow of somebody else's method. You can repeat all the mantras all day that you want to, but it's not going to get you the new beginning, where you walk on water, where you feed the 5,000, and you teach other people how to do that and raise the dead, calm the storm. I'm reading again a sentence from yesterday. Me, Theodore, I'm calling you to a land that you can only find inside of you. I can only issue the call, and that's what I'm doing. That's why I teach. There's a new beginning. The journey into your classroom, your cosmic Garden of Eden that's within you, where time and space do not rule you. Science fiction? What do you think all these miracles were about? Or are you doing them now? Are you finally applying John 14:12 to your life, women, men, little boy, little girl? No matter what you've been taught. Will you do all the works that Jesus did? And more. I love that, and more. Will you come into the physics of mankind, no more the local of? Or will you be the non-local me? Reading again from my transcript of yesterday. I'm just a little guy. But I know who you are when you no longer limit yourself to flesh. And when you can see you in the story of the feeding of the 5,000, you can be the one who feeds the 5,000. You see, first you begin to see you in the story. You begin to consider. You're no longer standing trying to refute it or defend somebody else's position that they gave you. What is the new beginning? Does it have any value? Any power? Does it apply to you? If you want to be a member of this channel, you can now. And it doesn't cost you a thing. Or does it cost you everything? Are you determining whether you're a member of this channel? Have you subscribed? I looked at some of the metrics, some of the analysis reports from YouTube last night, and according to it, in the last month, it shows that the people who listened to my teaching during the last month, 55% are subscribers. So a whopping 45% have never subscribed to this channel. I'm inviting you to subscribe, and there's no barrier. You can just click that little subscribe button if you want to. But I'll tell you what I teach. I teach you are more than you have ever been taught. The greatest story ever told is about you, my friend. You, little girl. You, my aged friends. Whether you're sitting in a rocking chair in a nursing home or not, you're not defeated. There lives in you love of an unconditional nature that no longer weaves the fabric of mankind's words to keep you in flesh. So where are we going? What are we doing? What's all this about the new beginning? The new beginning is where we, who is we, all who will be a member of this channel? Or are you willing to channel? Are you willing to channel your own words? Are you connected to new people, new places, doing new things with the power? With the power of unconditional love, where you love each other. Didn't you like that picture that if you may not have spent much time looking at it or considering the picture that I put on the front of this video I created this morning. It shows a group of women. Well, I'll show you. It shows a group of women having a meal together. I think I have it right here. Now see, what can you see? So it may just look, oh, nice colors, group of women, nice background. Or are you willing to see more to the story? There's more in the picture, where they're sharing a meal, where this might be the Garden of Eden, or your backyard, your table, where you're with a group of people and you only have 5 fish and 2 loaves of bread. But every time you hand somebody a serving of fish and bread, they put some on their plate and there's still some in their hand to hand to the person next to them. Like the cruse of oil, it just doesn't run out. Are you willing to see a different story than what you've been taught by orthodox thought, by orthodox authority, by the authoritarians that want to religionize everybody and have you under their rule. Well, you see a different story. I'll tell you what's coming. I've told you and told you and told you for years and years what's coming. The new beginning. And yesterday, just like this, uneditingly, unpremeditatingly, I defined the new beginning for you. Did you see it? Will you hear by my words? Or will you see by my words? Will these words, this transcript from yesterday that I entitled the lesson, Never Alone Again in Your Garden. What garden? In your backyard? The Garden of Eden. Your consciousness. No longer talking about a soul, saving a soul. The seed of your emotions. Get rid of that thing and give it no power. Dethrone whatever authority it's had in you all your life. Be the consciousness of the Creator. The new beginning. I'm going to speak to this, and I think I'm going to wind up and go play pickleball. I'm a common guy. I'm a common guy who's paid a price for these words, and I share with you freely. So you don't have to stub your toe or stand in a pool of your own blood, knocking your head against a wall, as it were, striving to be a person of prayer or appease God or to know you're saved. Will you give up all of that? Will you no longer be led by belief? Will you no longer believe your belief system? Will you trade it off not? Will you create something brand new that comes through you? The new covenant is? Well, that's a matter of choice, interpretation. Or will it take you 70 weeks to create something? Or where do I get the term 70 weeks? Or do you know? Have you studied? You can find out. Six times in this transcript yesterday, I mentioned the new beginning. There is a new beginning, and it changes everything. Because when you can turn water into wine and feed the 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, and raise the dead, calm the storm, you will no longer need to be standing in a food line or going down to the employment office. You won't need to be standing at a machine anymore for someone else, hoping for a raise to have enough to eat. Do you see what I'm saying? Will you participate? Not. I'm not asking you to participate. I'm asking you to change your world and come into your power. That's me, Theodore Cottingham, an old man in Eureka Springs. Quit giving your power to God. Quit giving your power to who you work for. Quit giving your power to a belief system. Quit giving your power to create forfeiting it to sit on a pew and interpreting all the stories about someone else. You, my friend, are the reason for the story, to see you in the story of the story, where you no longer give your heart, mind, your consciousness away, where you begin to heal people because you love them. No matter what religion they are, no matter what they look like, no matter what they dress like, no matter how risque, no matter what profession they are still in. It's not about getting them out of the gutter. It's not about getting them out of some profession you think is lewd, lustful, or sinful. It's about loving everyone equally, helping each other grow their wings as you grow yours. Sharing. Remember when Jesus said, anybody have any food? Oh, a little boy back here has some, but it's not enough to feed all those people. Bring it to me. How ridiculous. Ludicrous. 1,000 people, and you've got a little sack lunch. But you see, Jesus began with whatever you had. Love begins with whatever you have. Do you have a telephone to begin recording? You have a YouTube channel. You have a voice you can speak, and if you can't speak, you can write. You can begin to enter the channel of the cosmic classroom. And you can support it. Do what you want to do. The new beginning is going to happen whether you want it to or not. And no one can stop it. And lo and behold, it's defined so concisely, so clearly in my teaching yesterday, right here. Begin to experience the power exhibited that's told in the stories that Jesus did. We must see those stories applicable to us, all who will. It's to whosoever will. We're no longer worshiping the God that's going to visit whatever our wrongs to the fourth and fifth generation. We are now looking at love. We are now looking at love, admonishing love to be it in the first generation of lovers who break the law of physics, who break all the laws of the physical world. And that's why I stand here. This is why I teach. This is why I wrote a book called Jesus the Pattern. For you to come into your own power. For you to break the laws of physics and no longer be limited to the classical physical world that you think this is. There's a whole cosmos out there. And that entire cosmos is inside of you. So if that's true, you might not look like you think you look. You might not be as people have told you you are. Your consciousness may not be constrained. to the area around your head. I've mentioned the flammarion so many times, a little woodcut. Somebody did in the 1500s, called the flammarion, of a man just peering out on the other side, getting his head out of the bubble of what appears to be reality, seeing an entirely new universe out there. The story of Jesus is to be it. Let not your heart be troubled. Don't believe in somebody else. Before you, believe in you. I change everything, and I'm an old man in Eureka Springs. I don't mind telling you. I will die not because I am my word. And these are living words. These are words that bring life and affect your very tree of life. Will you no longer eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Or will you no longer listen to religious restrictions or obey their law? Will you begin to plant a new life within you, a new tree, a new consciousness, not afraid of your words? Will you let them come forth now and eat of your fruit and each other, passing it around that all may have enough and that all may see the miracles now and all doing the things that Jesus did and more? So we will be limited to the cosmos of affliction no more, needing molecular dynamics or thermal underwear because it's so cold, or will hell not be hot? Or are you changing all of the stories, all of the theories of mankind that have been so concrete in their perpetuation? Will you love you? Love each other. And become the original you. Before time, before gravity. A real race of true love existed, where each loved each other equally. And as imperfect as they are, these are some pictures. I'm asking you not to see this picture like this picture. Oh, it's a good picture, it's this, that, or the other. I'm asking you to see you in the picture doing these things that Jesus did, that you do now. Where you're no longer limited to time, space, and gravity. Are you in Eden? Are you in this channel? Will you love each other? Will you light the love and love the light? Will you no longer live the law? This picture, dozens, hundreds, walking on water. You see, that sounds like a miracle at the moment. But it's going to become commonplace. because we break the physics of this classical physics world. This is the new beginning for people to see the Jesus story was never about Jesus to be followed, to be worshiped. That was all man's concoction of the story, the meaning of the story, because they wanted to wear their robes. And the Sanhedrin, the Pharisees, they wanted to control what you wore, what you did on the Sabbath, what you ate, and whose word you obeyed, because they wanted you to obey theirs. And I'm asking you to no longer obey the words of man, but to come into the new beginning that only you can create, you to be there in this channel where you begin to channel your own word. You're no longer just listening to mine. No matter how much you value my teaching or how long you may be a member of this channel or not, it's not about me. I teach because it's about you. And for you to see you in these pictures, for you to see you in the stories, no longer about somebody else. You have the power to be you, but it's very costly to be you, because you give up all the shenanigan, all the theories. You give up all of the God worship. You give up all of the power of the neurons and what they possess, what they contain. Or will you no longer be in possession of a lie? Or will lies no longer give you a picture of you? You choose. I love you no matter what your choice. I've said much. I go now. Oh my gosh, I've almost talked an hour. I love you all. thecosmicclassroom.org. thecosmicclassroom.org. That URL will take you, bring you to the front page of this channel that I invite you to subscribe to and be a member of. thecosmicclassroom.net will take you to a place for you to contribute if you want to be a member and commit to something weekly, monthly, whatever you commit, whatever you choose. You're the creator of you. Create your resources well, not with the words of other, but live the life of the unlimited infinite, to be the immortal you in the loves of one. Good day. Thank you again for listening, for loving, for entering this channel, the membership. Most of all, let your love flow to you, where you're no longer concealing it and hiding the energy of your power or the power of your energy to be afraid and hide from the living word that comes through your lips for your life to have a new beginning now and change everything because you love me. Me in flesh? Who is me? Who am I talking about? All the common people around the world, this universe, and farther. Love them all. Be afraid of nothing. No longer afraid of the fiery furnace, hell. No longer afraid of the lion's den, the comments from men's eyes. Let nothing tear you apart, nor affect your peace. Walk across all the disturbance of your emotions and no longer let the news or anything else worry you. Be in your classroom of joy, the Garden of Eden, recreating the new beginning. I love you all. Good day. See ya. Thank you. Good day. Hugs to every one of you. Every single one of every nation, tribe, and tongue. Let love create the new beginning in you. I love you.